Taurus, March is very much about surrendering, but surrendering to your chosen path and destiny. I feel that a lot of us, I say us because I'm a Taurus rising, may get distracted along our journey and along our chosen paths. And I feel like March is all about getting back on track. Want to know more? Keep watching and I'll explain all about it. What's up, Taurus? It's your girl Mel of Divine Feminine Works, and as always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, and spirituality. So if those are the things that interest you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. All right, Taurus, this is going to be the astro forecast and tarot scope for you for the month of March 2021. I have to say, generally speaking, I really like the astrology of this month because it's rather chill. We don't have any retrogrades. All planets are moving direct. So it's almost like we can move forward without any interruptions or distractions. When we have retrogrades, eclipses, all that sort of crazy planetary energy, it's almost like in order to move forward, you have to take like 10 steps back. And that's not the case this month, thank God. It's almost like we can just do what we need to do. And, it's sort of like a chill month. We're actually getting ready to get into eclipse season in the next 2 months. So this month, really take advantage of the energy and, get stuff done. All right. And this month also is sort of a pivotal month because it is the end of the astrological year with Pisces season and the beginning of the astrological year with Aries. So March is sort of like the Gregorian December. And it's also when we sort of wrap things up, particularly in Pisces season. We sort of wrap things up in order to get ready for the new year. And with Pisces season, it's really about our emotions and sort of tying up loose ends emotionally speaking so that we can have a brand new year and we can start off the year guns blazing, ready to go and taking action on, certain things in our lives. For you, Taurus, March has a heavy emphasis on your 11th house of friendship and goals and your 12th house of solitude and confinement. So you heard me just say that it's like Pisces season, you wrap things up, and then Aries season, you sort of get up and go, right? It's a little different for you because Pisces is your 11th house and then Aries is your 12th house. So during Pisces season, Pisces is all about unconditional love. It's about imagination. It's about fantasy. It's also about serving others selflessly. And with Pisces and the sun in your 11th house, this has to do with your friendships and associations. So it's about like giving of yourself, being vulnerable a little bit, being emotional, forging emotional bonds with friends and people with whom you associate. It's also serving those people. So maybe during Pisces season, you find yourself serving your friends, being of assistance to friends, helping people out. You know the vibes, right? But Pisces season is also about dreams and imagination. And with this going down in your 11th house, it's almost like when it comes to your goals, aspirations, and dreams, it's like you should wish upon a star. Think big, be imaginative when it comes to your goals. Don't limit yourself to only what you know and just the confines of your mind. Allow your mind and your imagination to soar and to wander and really approach your goals and ambition with fantasy and rose-colored glasses. So Pisces season is a nice sort of feel-good kind of season, And so that is when the sun is in Pisces. And then on March 20th, the sun is going to move into your 12th house of solitude and confinement. And this is Aries season. Now, I said Aries season is a little different for you guys because Aries is very much about initiation, get up and go and taking action. But with Aries and the sun in your 12th house, it's almost like you have to get up and go to relax, if that makes any sense. You have to be intentional and purposeful about relaxing, okay? So you start the year off kind of quiet, and that makes sense because Aries season is the season before your solar return. And for every sign, the season before your solar return is marked by quiet time, introspection, sitting and sort of collecting your thoughts and getting ready for your personal new year. And for you, Taurus, that is when Taurus season begins. So rather than getting up and going once our Aries season comes around, you guys are sort of going to be chill. You guys are going to be contemplative. You're going to withdraw from the world, and you're sort of going to get your emotions together, get your mind right. So then come Taurus season, you can really start your personal new year. All right, so now let's move along and talk about the moon, because we have a new moon in the sign of Pisces on March 13th, and we have a full moon in the sign of Libra on March 28th. So first things first, let's talk about the new moon. New moons are all about setting intentions. They're all about planting new seeds that you want to see grow in the future. And this new moon is going to be very dreamy because it's in the sign of Pisces. And for you, Taurus, this is going down in your 11th house of friendship and goals. So being all of this dreamy, imaginative energy at our disposal for this new moon, for you, Taurus, you're going to want to think big when it comes to your goals and ambitions. It's really sort of the catch-all phrase, right? It's not like you're going to just try to manifest a relationship or a new job. The 11th house is goals generally. It's dreams. It's the wish upon a star house. So again, be imaginative. Wear those rose-colored glasses when setting intentions for that new moon, which is again happening on March 13th. All right. So moving right along, let's talk about the full moon. We have a full moon in the sign of Libra, which is going down on March 28th. And for you, Taurus, this is going down in your 6th house of work and health. Full moons do one of two things. They either show you the culmination of seeds planted in the past. So think back 6 months ago to the Libra new moon, which was also happening in your 6th house. Maybe at that time you wanted to plant new seeds related to work. So maybe you wanted to get more organized. Maybe you wanted to get more efficient. Maybe you wanted to add services or, do something with your coworkers. This is also the health house. So maybe at that time you wanted to get your health in order, start a new diet, start a new workout routine. You understand. And so maybe now at this Libra full moon, you're going to see the culmination of all of the work and effort you put into those seeds you planted 6 months ago. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time saying months. Months ago. The full moon also illuminates things that have been hidden and are in the dark. So for you, Taurus, being that this is your house of work and health, there may be a health issue that comes up that draws your attention to it. There also may be a work situation, maybe with coworkers, clients, or customers that comes to your attention. Being that this full moon is going down in the sign of Libra, the theme of this full moon is going to be reciprocity. So whatever comes to light is going to show you where there are imbalances in your life, particularly when it comes to work or health. And so the point of all of that is to sort of bring your attention to it so you can do what you need to do to balance the scales and bring equity back into that sector of your life. So that's what the energy is going to be good for around the full moon. And again, that's going down in the sign of Libra on March 28th. Moving right along, let's talk about Mars, because back on March 3rd, Mars transited into Gemini, which is your 2nd house of money and material possessions. Mars is very much the multitasker. It's sort of experiencing new things, starting a whole bunch of projects. And for you, Taurus, this is in your money house. So this may be, Mars in Gemini may be where you start a whole bunch of new money-making endeavors. Being that this is Gemini and Gemini rules communication and ideas, this may be a course you want to start. This may be social media that you want to start, putting stuff out there. Anything having to do with communication, reaching to other people, business and commerce in general. I see with Mars and Gemini, you guys are just going to want to do 1,000,001 new things when it comes to that sector of your life. Now, the good news is that you can start a lot of things. The bad news is that you probably won't finish them because Mars in Gemini is a starter, but not a finisher. So keep that in mind. You don't want to spread yourself too thin and leave a trail of unfinished projects. So what you want to do is you want to rein in that energy a little bit. You want to have somewhat of a focus on maybe 1 or 2 things to start and develop. And I find that probably in the next couple of months, you'll see some of those things start to bear fruit. All right, so keep that in mind. Moving right along, let's talk about Mercury, because on March 15th, Mercury is going to transit into Pisces, which is again your 11th house of friendship and goals. So Mercury is all about thoughts and communication, but Mercury is very logical. And so in Pisces, Mercury is in detriment. So normally where Mercury would be sharp as a tack, Mercury would be very direct with communication and ideas, lots of ideas flowing. Mercury in Pisces is more so about thinking, is more so about feeling than it is thinking, okay? So this is where you're going to use your intuition more. This is where your communication and your speech is going to be more flowery and more expressive. It's where you're going to speak from your heart more so than your head. And with this going down in your 11th house of friendship and goals, I feel like it's all going to be about how you communicate with friends and associates. Rather than be direct and very left brain logical, you guys are going to be more intuitive. You guys are going to be more emotional. And the good news about that is that you're going to be able to forge more emotional bonds with friends. So it's going to bring you closer in a sense. Although when it comes to like regular everyday sort of communication, you may find it hard to find the right words to convey what you're trying to convey. Things may get a little lost in the sauce when it comes to speaking and communicating with friends. So keep that in mind. It may be a little frustrating. But one thing about this transit is that you're going to want to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be lit and it's going to be on point. So if your intuition is telling you anything about friends, associates, any goals that you want to achieve, you're going to want to follow your intuition. I promise you it won't steer you wrong. All right, and then finally, let's talk about Venus, because Venus will be transiting into the sign of Aries on March 21st, and this is going to go down in your 12th house of solitude and confinement. Venus in the 12th house, particularly in Aries, is very much self-centered. It's really going to be about your relationship with yourself and perhaps even your spirituality, because that is also governed by the 12th house. So you're really going to find the beauty in being alone and the beauty of your own thoughts and your relationship with the divine. And I feel like you're going to take an active role with this, being that this is in Aries, which I said before is like a get up and go, action oriented sign. But again, because this is all going down in your 12th house, it's going to be very active towards being inward. So you may not be really communicating with a lot of people. Again, the 12th house is very much about quiet time. And even though Venus is a relationship sign, meaning that you're relating to other people, this is more so your relationship to yourself and your relationship to the divine. Aries season can be a very prophetic, it can be a very profound month for you if you allow it to be. And again, it's the stepping stone to your season, your season of Taurus season, right? So take advantage of the quiet and down times so that you can get ready and turn up once your season begins. All right, Taurus, that has been the astro forecast for you for the month of March 2021. If you want to know more about what March has to offer and what is in store, I'm going to leave the links to the monthly and weekly horoscopes in the description box below. Check those out and don't forget to read for your sun, moon, and rising sign. All right, so now that we've gotten the astrology out of the way, let's get into the tarot and see what messages Spirit has for you this month. All right, Taurus, so you already know the deal. We start out with the oracle cards for an overarching broad message, and then we circle back in with the tarot for more specific stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. First card out we have is truth. Okay, this is pretty self-explanatory. Obviously some truth is going to come out, or you're being directed to tell the truth about something or be truthful to yourself about something. I'm being drawn to this blue. This is giving me very much throat chakra vibes. So there's something about speaking your truth or someone speaking the truth to you that may be significant this month, that may be a factor this month. If you don't know by now, whenever I do readings, it's like Spirit is tickling my nose. It never fails. When I'm not doing a reading, I'm fine. Whenever I start doing a reading, my nose starts to itch like crazy. So if you see me rubbing or fidgeting with my nose, that's why. And that's what's happening right now. Okay. There's something about being truthful, speaking up. Someone is going to speak up to you. And perhaps being that you have a lot of 11th house energy this month, this might have to do with a friend or an associate, or this may have to do with a goal or a dream that you have. But let's pull more cards and see what this is really about. Oh, surrender. You notice the color scheme here? A lot of blues. A lot of blue, a lot of throat chakra energy. Some of you need to surrender to the truth. What number is this? 7. 7 is the number of the spiritual path. 7 is a very spiritual number. You know, God created everything within 7 days, right? 7 it's almost like the path that you're supposed to follow, the path that you need to be on. I think you guys need to be truthful about that and surrender to it. And the thing with, you know, the spiritual path, it's never anything that you don't want. Sometimes people think that your purpose in life or the path that you're supposed to follow is just given to you without any regard to what it is that you truly desire. But what you'll ultimately find is that the path that you're supposed to be on is an intersection between sort of your destiny and what you want. Like they crisscross. And I feel like some of you need to delve into that. Some of you need to recognize that at this time, but more so you need to surrender to it. Also, this takes your emotions into account, because look at how this person has their hand, like they're immersed in water, right? Some of you, it's like this situation it was like consuming you, especially emotionally. I feel like your emotions sort of got there before you did, right? And I feel like you need to surrender to those emotions because they're leading you in the right place. This is giving me very much Mercury in Pisces vibes, which is again your 11th house of goals and ambitions. Mercury in Pisces is like you need to surrender to your intuition. And so for you, Taurus, I think that you guys need to do that this month. Okay. And then we have no. Just no. Interesting. I feel like in surrendering, right? I feel like you were trying to go in a different direction. And Spirit is like, that's not the, Spirit is like, nope, turn around. You got to go this way. You got to go this way, not this way, this way. So I think there's a certain path. There was something that you were pursuing, a direction that you were going in, something that you were engaging in. Spirit is like, that's not in alignment with your path. That's not where you're supposed to go. Some of you, I'm hearing you were entertaining a detour or a distraction. Something may have been trying to take you off your path, and maybe now you're going to learn the truth about what it is that you were putting your effort into or engaging in. Okay, this is interesting. Let's get into this a bit more. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, we've got Page of Cups and we've got King of Pentacles, which could definitely be you, but it's like I'm already seeing two players out here. We've got the Page of Cups, someone who's a water sign, so that's Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to be. But this is also about acknowledging your emotions. This is sort of, you guys are a very practical sign, right? Being an earth sign, and you're very sensual. You're all about what you can see, feel, hear, touch, smell, and taste, right? But there's something about Pisces season that's really drawing you into your emotions. And some of you are starting to understand your emotions and value those emotions also, particularly while Venus is still in Pisces. You know, Venus is not going to transit into Aries until March 21st. So until then, Venus is still in Pisces, and it's all about valuing your emotions and valuing your dreams. This is all going down in your 11th house of goals and ambition. And also friendship, but I'm not getting friendship, at least not yet. For some of you, this could be with a friend who is a water sign. Even if they're not a water sign, they're an emotional person, very intuitive. They also could be younger than you or just immature. This friend could be a distraction. This friend may try to take you away from your path, from your destiny, from where you're supposed to be going. But let's get some more cards and see what that's really about. Okay. Yeah. See, we've got 4 of Cups. Yeah. You see how she's just sitting here looking bored, and then she's got this cup over here that's like spewing with rainbow energy, and she's not even paying attention to it. Someone is keeping you distracted. You're looking elsewhere than where your fulfillment lies. Distraction is what I keep getting. So Spirit is saying wherever she's looking, that's the distraction. That's the no, right? This no card that we got before. That's the no. That's not where you're supposed to be going. And it seems like she's looking at this friendship, or she's looking at this association between you, perhaps, and this Page of Cups. This could be you, or this could be a situation involving two other people. So this may not be you. This may be somebody else who could also be an earth sign, but someone who is very practical, very stable, could be older. I mean, look at this, but the presence of this dog here is giving me friendship vibe. You see the presence of this dog here? Dogs are very loyal. So this is definitely a friendship, a friend relationship, or someone that you associate with, but you've been associating with for a long time. Could also be a mentorship. Look at how this guy is older. This person is younger. You know, you get the vibes. You know the vibes. Okay. So there's this friendship or a situation that you're just looking at, or is giving your attention to, that is not the wave right now. That's not where you should be looking. That's not where you should be directing your attention. Maybe there's drama between this King of Pentacles and this Page of Cups that you're just enthralled with, or that you have your input in, and spirit is like, I need you to switch. I need you to get away from that. And I need you to go where you need to go. Handle your own business. Mind the business that pays you, basically. All right. Let's keep going here. Okay. We've got Four of Wands. And we've got Four of Swords. Interesting. Some of you may be trying to mend a friendship with someone. Some of you need to take a break from a friendship, right? Because I feel like you and this person may have been real buddies. Look at how these two are dancing. Like, y'all were on the same page, on the same wavelength. And I think at some point there was like a disconnect with that. There's also 3 4s here. Okay. We've got the Four of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Swords. 4s are all about stability. I feel like your relationship with a friend or whoever, take it as it resonates, it's taking you away from your stability. I feel like whatever path you're supposed to be on is where your stability and your abundance lies. And I feel like you're being distracted with stuff that is not of abundance. I feel like this friendship could have been depleting you. Like, this card is about rest and resting your mind. I feel like you need to take a mental break from this person or this situation, because it's almost got your energy low. See how she looks in this card? It's like it's got your energy low. For some of you, it's almost like you're having too much fun and you're forgetting what you need to be doing. Okay? Let's keep going. Let's get 2 more cards from this deck. That's 1. I'm inclined to keep these. Okay, the first card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the tides are turning right now. It is time. It's time to let this go. It's time to take a break. Yeah, it's just time. You know, everything is a cycle. Relationships go through cycles. And I feel like with this friendship, the cycle, you're at the point of the cycle where it's kind of time to just quiet down and sort of focus on you, particularly with this Four of Swords energy. Okay. And then we have 7 of Pentacles. This talks about planting seeds, but you need to do it by yourself. Like, I feel like seeds that are important for your future. You know, you plant seeds that will eventually grow into a tree, and this tree can eventually bear fruit, right? You're not necessarily paying attention to this right now. I think it's all about like having fun, being social, but in doing that, don't neglect what you need to do for you. Don't forget about the dreams, goals, and aspirations that you have for yourself. Don't get wrapped up in other people's affairs. Don't get wrapped up so much in friendships and associations. And I don't get the sense that this is like bad. It's not like this friendship has been detrimental to you. It's not like this friendship is inherently negative. I just think it's a distraction along the road to where you're supposed to go. right? This could be a friendship from a long time ago, perhaps from childhood, okay? And also with the presence of this Nine of Swords, there is a bit of stress here. And I get like, it's almost like what I'm seeing is like you have this person who's constantly talking in your ear. Maybe they're talking about their own plans. Maybe they're talking about nonsense. I overwhelmingly get the sense that this person talks about nonsense or superficial things or things that just aren't, they're not connected or related to what you need to be doing right now. Again, I don't get the sense that it's overwhelmingly negative. I just get the sense that it's a distraction and it's not what you need right now. The time has come to focus on yourself, particularly, like I said, being that we're about to embark on Aries season, and that's the start of the astrological year. And for you, that's very 12th house energy. So it's almost like, I'm not saying you need to cut this friend off completely and never speak to them again. I do think that you need to spend time alone. And I think that you need to think about and act upon your path, where you need to be headed, what you need to do for yourself. I think that's what this reading is overwhelmingly speaking of. Okay? Not bad at all. Just redirect your focus. Let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. We've got the World card. This talks about cycles ending. So for some of you, this could be a cycle, like this friendship could be ending right now. But for most of you, I feel like you just need to withdraw from it for a minute. And I feel like you need to use Pisces season and Aries season to like tie up loose ends, level up some stuff so that you can get on the right track to where you need to go. Okay? So let's get 3 astrology cards to close out this reading. Oh, we've got Mercury Communication. Some of you need to be truthful with your friend about this. So some of you need to be like, listen, not necessarily to say like you have to sit down with your friend and be like, you know what, you're really a distraction and I can't have that. I just feel like some of you need to have a conversation with your friend about all of this. And even if it doesn't have to do with this, some of you need to have a conversation with your friend, period, where you're telling them the truth or they're telling you the truth. But I feel like a sit down needs to happen. And again, with Mercury and Pisces, it's not going to be very logical. Expect it to be emotional. Expect it to be emotionally charged. And use your intuition to guide you with respect to what you need to say, how you need to say it, etc. Okay, let's get 2 more cards out here. Ooh, these cards are flying out. Ooh. We've got the Numinous. I don't think I've ever gotten this card in a reading before. And it says mystery, okay? It says the unknown, the unknowable, ESP, psychic abilities. Okay, this is definitely giving me 12th house energy. 12th house is very much the house of mystery also because it's about the unknown. They talk about spirituality and faith in the 12th house because it's having faith in the unknown, in what you can't see. And so for you, Taurus, 12th house, particularly Aries season, when the sun moves into Aries, is going to be particularly important for you in terms of your path, in terms of faith in the unknown, shadow work especially. Like, so come Aries season, you guys are really going to have a strong 12th house focus, like I said before. But it's about really getting on track and sort of pivoting away from the distractions and the things that aren't leading you to where you need to go. Okay, let's get one last card here. Perfect. Oops. Ooh, these are like all over the place. All right, and then we have Leo. The Lover. Interesting. This friend could be a Leo. This could be a Leo who is this distraction. Expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm. This is also, Leo is very much about the heart chakra. So for some of you, that's what you need to focus on come Aries season. You also need to focus on your passions. Like I said before, your purpose in life, your life purpose, it's going to be at the crossroads of what you want and your destiny. It's never not what you want. And you need that alone time. You need to sort of pivot away from that distraction so that you can get back to that. Some of you need to reintroduce yourself to your passions, reacquaint yourself with your passions so that you can get on the right track to where you need to go. Again, I don't get the sense that it's overwhelmingly negative or you have a shady ass friend. I don't get that at all with this reading. I just get the fact that being so much into your friends or your associations or whatever is a distraction. And it's not where you need to be right now. You sort of need to rein things in. focus on your emotional well-being, particularly once Aries season comes around, so that you can get on track and get to where you need to go. All right, Taurus, that has been your astro forecast and taroscope for the month of March 2021. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important message from this reading. Speaking of readings, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me or order an astrology report, those links are in the description box below, so don't forget to check those out. Also, while you're checking things out, don't forget to check me out on Instagram at Divine Feminine Works. Every week I do a series called The Week Ahead where I do a reading just like this. It's a quick and dirty astro forecast and taroscope for the upcoming week. So follow me over there so you don't miss any of that good stuff. As always, Taurus, everything I do is a labor of love and comes straight from the bottom of my heart. If you feel so inclined and would like to tip me by buying me a coffee, and tips are always greatly appreciated, I'll leave that link in the description box as well. Taurus, my loves, as always, it is a privilege and an honor to read for you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys next time.